In this article, Tommy Shelby really opens up her thinking as to why social stigmas and judgments occur within the jobless citizens and the ghetto poor of America. The notion duty to work is what the new work regime activists stand by when demanding voluntarily unemployed answer for their ungratefulness or laziness as a citizen of America, if you will. Shelby touches on many of the deeper reasons that the ghetto poor may have for choosing not to work if they are, thus making this community dependent on welfare to survive. To begin, because of ghettos accounting for an abundance of crime and need for welfare, there are a lot of people who look down upon these citizens. Policymakers try to give incentive for these people to work because of a common theme and thought as if these people, especially in our society, are freeloading on the middle class. Shelby notes that there are more complicated reasons that have nothing to do with laziness or lack of morale. One being that many decent-paying jobs are unavailable to low-skilled workers. Two, poor transit systems discourage finding work outside of local areas, ironically where many of the decent jobs are. Housing discrimination and high rents lead to low-income families of staying out of the suburban areas and jobs. Three, race and gender discrimination or lack of support for family responsibilities, and they thus discourage women or caretakers from finding jobs. He argues that involuntary joblessness is out of control of the victim and that the country needs to pay more attention to these factors before judging a person. Really, the problem is that many people feel as if the urban poor simply do not have a reason not to work. Shelby states the problem is that the urban poor either can't surpass their obstacles, don't have the motivation to, or that it is a form of protesting what is available to them because of their economic and social place in society. Demeaning and dirty jobs don't necessarily provide pride and drive to work. Shelby tries to define work as he encodes this societal problem, just as Papadaki defines objectification to decode her societal problem. Shelby comes to the conclusion that in order for people not to be parasites of society, why does payment have to be in the form of a paid job or salary? If people argue that working hard brings character to the ghetto, isn't volunteer work just enough for society to be happy? Wouldn't caretaking give back to society as well? What is the set amount of hours that are respectable for a person to work? He wonders if it's possible to have a democratic government without a duty to work. There are three options he sees fit. One, libertarians' view of self-reliance is key, but people can give to whoever they want as much as they want, not being forced, but they give because of a moral duty. And I think this is one of his strengths of this article is that he really touches upon this. I feel like if he wants and if people want this to really change, I feel like this would be probably the most practical of the changes in our society today. Two, past generations' savings provide each person with their own set income. I feel like this would be very hard to start. So it's a good idea, but I feel like with our society now and just the capitalistic society we live in, I feel like it just probably wouldn't work. And third, the citizens should be on welfare by need and not willingness to work or an interest to work. I feel like this proposal definitely could work, but I don't see everyone agreeing on it. I don't know, but it's just how society is, and obviously it needs to be changed. Because people feel forced to have gratitude to a society that stacks odds against them, people do not want to give back, and it causes resentment. Many people feel exploited by low-skilled jobs because of no unions, and they push for higher pay, less humiliation as well. So Shelby, like Papadaki, is sincerely looking at the central meanings of the word unemployment. Papadaki uses objectification, but they're doing the same thing. The truth of the matter is that people feel inferior in society. They need help from the entire mindset of America. For more of a specific evaluation, it is nice to say that whether involuntary or voluntary people are choosing not to work, people should not expect a person to be guilty if they don't see a point in working with the kind of obstacles they face in America. This article is huge, actually relates to huge debates among politics today. Many conservatives don't want to listen to these reasons why people don't work or choose not to, because they feel as if they're working hard and other people aren't. But and many liberals tend to side with Shelby's argument. Right or wrong, either side, people need to look deeper without judgment when assessing this topic, and Shelby does a great job at explaining that it shouldn't logically be a need to pay back a duty to society if you don't feel as if you fit in society the way that's fair for you. I think that this article's weaknesses would be how he kind of under-examines the reasons why conservatives want everyone to work, and this is just because I feel like in every persuasive article, if you give the counter evidence and then you prove why your evidence is right, it kind of makes it more impressive, and I like that Papadakis did that in hers. He doesn't provide enough of this evidence of our economic system in the article, so I feel like that would make it stronger as well if he did. But all in all, I thought it was a pretty good article.